I bet you Fredro Starr is feeling just like I felt when I saw those pictures. I'm like, thank God it's not me.
Fredro Starr says, I used to feel like I wasn't cool enough. Fair use.
Man, have you ever been to a Diddy party?
Ha ha ha. You funny. Nah. He never really liked me like that. Like he never really was cool with me like that. It was cool, like we respect each other, but I was never like, yo, Dro, what up? Like, it was never that energy with me and Puff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Respectable, but never like, yo, that's my man, yo, invite him to the party. Like, I was like, damn, why I can't get invited to the party? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not cool enough. That's what I was thinking. Like, damn, I'm not cool enough to be in these parties and all these white parties these niggas be having. Like, I did a couple of movies. I mean, like, you know, guess what? I'm glad.
Sometimes blessings come in different forms, and that can be not being invited in this case.
Yeah.
Not getting invited to the legendary parties might be a blessing in disguise. Hey, man, that's exactly what he said. RJ, what do you think?
I'll tell you this story, which is like a personal story. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. Yes, I'll tell you a great story. It's not a great story, but it is a story. And when I finish this story, you'll understand exactly my sentiment. There was this woman at some point that I was into, but she was always like very into me and then wasn't that into me. And after a couple of times going out, I said, what's happening? And she said, no, you know what? I actually have another person that I'm talking to. And I asked her, are you talking to him or are you guys doing it? I said it a bit more explicit. This is not the platform to go into details, right? And then she looked at me and she like
Enough
a bit
details.
like she smiled, but then she said, you know, I like the fact that you are very direct. She said, we're actually more than just talk. I said, you know what? It's okay. I don't need this. I wasn't looking for something serious, but I wasn't looking for that either, you know? I just wanted to go out with someone, just have fun, but not like have fun, do whatever I
watch
want.
behind
sleep
your
around.
back.
Yeah, I just wanted to be with someone and just, you know, have fun. Just have a good time. And so we said our goodbyes. This was in December. 3 months later, she's posting a picture with a belly. I bet you Fredro Starr is feeling just like I felt when I saw those pictures. I'm like, thank God it's not me.
Hey guys, if you don't know, Fredro Starr was part of the group Onyx, one of the hardest rap crews in the 90s. They had the major hit Slam, and Fredro Starr even had a successful acting career after. But despite all his success,
He wasn't allowed.
he wasn't allowed into Diddy's parties, exclusive parties. And like you said, maybe in hindsight, I mean, it's like he's probably felt like you. Happier than ever. I dodged a bullet. It's clear, RJ, one thing I'll say this. Another man who wasn't also invited to Diddy parties was Trick Daddy. Diddy doesn't like, let's call it, gangster looking people at his parties. Maybe because gangsters don't dance. They don't band either.
They just two-step.
They just two-step and stand at the corner with their back against the wall. They don't move from the wall.
Yeah.
And of course, you know,
The Diddy party is not a bad thing.
When you're trying to get into freak offs, it's a bad thing for the whole party. Anyway, hey guys, this is crazy, but I think you're right, RJ. I think sometimes people always want to the FOMO thing. People have the feeling of FOMO. They have the fear of missing out, and I think this is a a clear example that sometimes it's better to be left out. Sometimes you gotta go with the flow, and sometimes people don't invite you to certain parties just because you don't fit into what they think of you. And yeah, at that moment you might feel left out, but hey, hindsight is always 2020, they say. And right now he's saying, thank God I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because you might walk into the wrong room. I think RJ, do you remember? I'll never forget this. This was Cat Williams' first The Pimp Chronicles, where he was wearing the green suit, where he said, I walked in the wrong room.
Yeah.
Is that, I can't remember the name. Is that two ninjas kissing?
Yeah.
Is that, then he said the name, getting proud?
Yeah.
You might go to a Diddy party and walk into the wrong room, and you see things you didn't want to see.
Yeah. Amen. And we all laughed because this was a while ago. And we all laughed.
He was telling the truth back then. People just didn't realize it. It's crazy. It's crazy if you think about.
And who had a similar story was a brother by Bilal, was talking about Carl Winslow. Yo, not Carl Winslow.
No, it wasn't Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal was Will Smith.
Oh yeah, it was about Will and
what's the dude's name?
Martin.
No,
Dwayne Martin, right?
Dwayne Martin.
That
was crazy.
Who talked about Carl
There was
Winslow?
a random dude. There was a random dude who oh, by the way, did you hear about? Oh shoot! Let me show you this one. You're talking about people talking crazy. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because we're talking, of course, about Carl Winslow. That's indeed what the guy was said. He walked into the room and he saw what he shouldn't have seen. He didn't want to see it. Carl Winslow getting.
I mean, you don't want to see Carl Winslow, arguably with clothes on, let alone without clothes on. So.
Yo, dude. No, but
You know,
I'll show you this one. Talking about crazy situations, and this is exactly that. This is sometimes it's better not to meet people you look up to, because it might destroy your image of them, or the image. The thing is this: a lot of times people in their mind, what you see on TV is who you are. I think that's why a lot of people react to Will Smith the way they do when they see him getting mentally, I won't say manipulated. I don't know if that's the right word, but when they compare him with the character he plays on the screen and who he is in real life. I think that's the biggest problem most people have. But
just like just like the dad from Family Matters. Not Family Matters. No, Full House. What's his name? He was also.
Oh, you mean Bob Saget?
Bob Saget.
Oh,
He was also different in real life than.
Very different. He was a very good comedian.
Yeah.
People think indeed that he was because he also did the funniest home videos after that, right?
Oh yeah. No, was it him?
Was it him? Didn't he do the? Didn't Bob Saget do?
Maybe.
Let me see.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it for almost 8 years. I see here. So. A lot of people don't know that he was a comedian, actually a very respected one in the industry. But let me go to Godfrey. Godfrey had this to say. Fair use.
You know who else gay? James Avery from The Fresh Prince.
Wow.
Uncle Phil, gay as hell. Yeah.
Wow.
He was gay. Because you know how I know? I had to do audience coordinating for the Gospel Awards when I first started comedy in Chicago.
Mhm.
And behind the scenes, I was there. James was there. Avery was there. It was Mike Tyson, Farrakhan. Everybody was there. And backstage, all those gospel groups,
Yeah.
they were all getting very, very gay. And I saw him. He was flamboyant. I was like this. Uncle Phil? Aunt Phil. It's Aunt Phil. Because he was like this. He was like this. He was like, girl, shoot. I was like, and he's like, see, he was a big man. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, he's mad feminine. I was surprised. Because I'm sitting there like, that's Uncle Phil. It's Aunt Phil.
Playing games over here.
But he knew how to act and play, but he was gay too. But he was such a great actor too. Carl Winslow was, from Family Matters.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gay.
Wow. I ain't know that
Gay.
one.
Yeah, but these guys were like old school gays. They were very they weren't like all over. They were just, they just came with old school. You're talking about 1950s, 60s gays, They were.
He's talking like they're of a different breed.
He had to apologize. Was it for this comment?
I have no idea. Did he apologize?
He issued an apology at some point. I don't recall which. I don't recall when.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I did for this.
Yeah, right. Is it this one?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, he had to. You're right. Hey, you're better on point than me. A couple of weeks ago, he had to apologize. Dude, I don't watch. I don't really.
No, you only watch the F shit. You don't know. Oh. You don't watch
I
the.
only
policy.
watch the crash outs. I don't try to see the makeup. Trying to piece the puzzles together.
Yeah.
I only watched the crash out. Yeah, he apparently he had to apologize for his insensitive remarks aimed at the late actor. Well, is it insensitive? Well, I guess it is. Guys, I guess he had to. Yes, you have to do what you have to do. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, let us know what you think about this situation. Anything else you want to say about this, by the way?
No, nothing else. Yeah.
But hey, there's a lot of people that haven't been. I mean, people who have been close to Diddy, like 50, Mace, and now Fredro, who have hinted that. I mean, things are not as glamorous as they seem. Sometimes you have to stay away. When people offer you to buy clothes for you. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Fredro was lucky to avoid these parties? Or are these just Hollywood rumors? Do you think there's more to it? Would you have... Put it in the comments. Would you have wanted an invite to Diddy's parties back in the days? Be honest. Let us know if you're a fan. Not the fan. This is the.
You a fan.
This is the Kendrick type of fan.
Yeah.
Hey, let us know in the comments, man. All jokes.
Singing the song, I'm censoring more words that I'm. I can only say the F. It's just a freaky.
Danger. Danger.
Yeah, man. Hey guys, as KaiR said, remember to comment. The best comment will get a mention in a future show. Also, thank you for your support. The best thing that you can do for our channel is like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free and it means a lot to us. So please subscribe to the channel. Also, thank you for your support. Remember to also share the video. Here on the Double Touch Show, we talk about trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So if you like what we do, give us your support and hey, comment. This is an open platform. If you agree or disagree, let us know. We watch every comment and we'll interact with you unless you're a bot.